And in today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about a lot of things. Number one, I'm going to talk about my top 5 picks for 2024. Number two, I'm going to talk about what the budget actually meant. And number three, I want to reference back to my 1-month-old small case video because I have some comments for you guys as well. So stay tuned. Number one, I don't know how many of you all watched the small case video that I posted on Jan 1st. Now, basically, I had a bunch of picks, which was around 10 picks that I think will do really well in this year, which is 2024. But then what happened is I had a lot of railway stocks in that entire small case. Now on the comment section, I got a lot of reply from trollers by saying, Shashank, this has already gone up so much. If you buy now, it will not go up anymore. This will crash. This will fall. It is overvalued. Okay, let me understand something, right? Everything at one point, which is good for the future, will be overvalued and will be at an all-time high always. If you think about Titan, you think Titan never grew to an all-time high? What about HDFC Bank? What about Reliance? All of these companies at one point have gone up 100x, 200x and then continues to go up. All we need to understand is the futuristic theme. Will the theme play out? Is the theme validated still? Is there more scope for the theme as well? And let me show you something, right? Look at this. This was the New Year 2024 small case I made on Jan 2nd and a lot of people told me this will not go up, this is very bad and etc. etc. And if you see, it's already gone up 13.67% in the last 1 month. Please understand this is not something that I'm going to keep for a long period of time. This is a momentum play for 2024, keeping in mind the stocks that were there, which is KPI Global, which is very good for your green energy space. Precall just did a massive capex play. Venus Pipes capex play. KPIT again futuristic sector. RKF, Ramkrishna Forgings, Titagar Rail were all a part of the railway theme, and all of them did well. Most of them did well. Like for example, the 1 month return in Mazga was not much. This went up by 69% in 1 month. Little overvalued right now. Titagar 4%. This one 3%. Angel one -5 because of the bad result. RKF 6. KPIT 2.5. This one 2.5. Precall and KPI again went up by another 24% and it's still going up. So yes, we did have a lot of winners in this small case. But the thing is, guys, don't keep looking at things and saying, you know what, Shashank, this has already gone up, so it's not going to go up anymore. That is not the case. It might go up. Okay. Now, these were my New Year 2024 picks. Now, we just saw a bit of the budget that came out. Now, that's not the major budget. It's just a small budget. Like I would call it like a time pass budget, right? The major budget will come in July. But the time pass budget also gave us some insight into what the thinking of the government is, right? They are, from the looks of it, looking very bullish on green energy and the renewable space. And they've been there. And now recently they announced the rooftop solar panels as well. And obviously all the solar stocks have gone up by 10-15%, but obviously we'll not get too deep into those solar stocks as well as of now, because I want to let the theme play out. I think it's a little too early for now to see the theme right now, but there are other themes that are playing out right now. But there are some really good stocks that I want to show you, like 5 picks that I'm going to show you today that are doing really well with respect to momentum, and some of them are fundamentally good long-term plays as well. So I'm going to show you both just now. So the first company I want to show you is something called Indian Hotels. Again, this is a Taj based company, which is your Taj Hotels, and you look at this, right? Now this company has been respecting the upward channel from 2021. It's in an upward channel. Now why is it in an upward channel since 2021? Because of two things. One, obviously people like us are traveling a lot and the middle class income has also been unlocked quite a bit, and we're seeing new members coming and joining Taj. Also, Taj has tied up with a lot of credit card partners which facilitate more sales. Number one. Number two, one of the biggest thing is they're doing an asset light model. Now this was a problem that Taj Hotels were facing before, because they used to buy the property, make the property, buy the land, build the entire thing, manage everything, and obviously a lot of revenue used to go there. Now they've gone into a more asset light model where they're just tying up with the landowner, developing the entire thing, or if they have something existent, they will just change it a bit, put the management of Taj and run the entire place with a profit share model. So that basically started doing well. But if you look at the entire system of this thing, it always respects the channel, right? It's always been respecting the channel. Right now it is at the topmost part of the channel, but it's also given a really good result. So I want to see if it breaks the channel, but right now would not be a very good time to buy. Let it come down maybe to approximately 400 to 500, anywhere little below 500. Now it's sitting at 500 already, a little more down. Let it come down to around 480. I think another 10%. If it goes 5 to 10%, you can start picking up here, right? This is very interesting. And even if you look at it fundamentally, 60p is what it's trading right now. Look at the recent results that come out, 1964 compared to 1686. Good operating profit growth is also witnessed, and net profit growth has also been witnessed, and EPS jump has also been witnessed, right? This is significant. And another very important thing I want to highlight here is the balance sheet. If you go to the balance sheet, the reserves of this company are definitely going up again because it's becoming more and more cash flow positive with respect to the new asset light model, and they've started repaying their borrowings as well, which was around 5,500 in 2021, has gone down to almost 2,718 because the revenue is increasing and the margin mix is becoming much better for this entire property. So as you can see, the cash flow from operations are coming out really well, and they're investing back into more and more properties and all of that, right? The question is, you guys will say, is this overvalued? I'm not going to buy today. Yes, today is slightly overvalued, but if you ask me in the next 1 year, it should be above 500. It should be above 500. Now, the second company we'll be looking at is another company that's just given a zoop breakout, which was also there in my 2024 small case, was KPI Green. Now, KPI Green has a very interesting journey. As you can see, KPI Green always works in phases, right? Lull phase, breakout, lull phase, breakout. Now again, it didn't go up too much here, and then now shoot up again. Now I'll again take a small pause over here. So it usually goes up like this, but the reason why KPI Green is doing so well is because one, it is in a good space, which is the energy space. So the management of this company is also very good. They're constantly acquiring more and more land. Now you look at the stock price is going up like this, but it, as I told you, it breaks, goes up, pauses, goes up, pauses, right? Now coming to the sales of this company, the sales of this company have been growing quite significantly right now. As you can see, they're constantly winning new orders. As you can see, in the last 8 quarters since 2021, actually 10 quarters, they have been doing really well with respect to operating growth advantage. And if you look at the net profit advantage is also there. The only problem is that interest cost is going up because in the energy space, you need to raise a lot of money to do your business. But overall, this looks like a player that will be there for a very long period of time and sitting at 8,300 crore market cap company with a good year trailing 12 month sale of 766. Right now, if you look at the balance sheet, as you can see, 289 crores is the reserves and the borrowings 838 because of energy business. The capex is very high. A little borrowing is a bit too high, I would say. It is also a sign of fear, only because if this is too high, the borrowings are so high, then they have to do an equity infusion or they have to raise money from somewhere or repay their borrowings, which I don't think they will be repaying borrowings. So they'll either have to raise some equity by selling off some of their shares, right? But again, we have seen the FII's holdings constantly increasing over here. DIIs have also started coming into this company, and this is one of the best things that this company does. Every month, every week, they keep telling that I won a small order. It's not small orders, nothing great, but this was a bigger order. So they keep winning orders constantly, as you can see, right? Again, from a 1 year perspective, and again looking at the budget that is going to come out in July, the major budget with the specified interest on green energy, I think this company will do well. And if you don't like this, then if you want to go into a safer play, then JSW Energy is also entered the space, that also is doing well, right? Number 3 company is another company that's consolidating right now, very new company. It's called Nuvama Wealth, right? Now, what is this company? Basically, this is the company of Edelweiss Wealth Management, right? So this is a very interesting company because the founding group of this company is very strong. They are into wealth management, number 1, which basically catered to the HNIs and all the guys sitting abroad as well, right? And if you look at the wealth management, is basically 65% of this. They manage the wealth of all the things, and the better they manage, they get some commission out of that as well, right? So coming to their market cap, it is 11,982 crores. So let's put it at 12,000 crores. Stock P is at 39, slightly on the higher end, because if you look at other companies that are in the space like IFL Securities are also there. These guys are at very low P, right? But if you look at the revenue perspective from the last few quarters, it has been doing well. And if you look at it from a yearly perspective, it's doing phenomenally well. And I think this will continue to grow over time because the backing of this company is good and they have a very strong founding membership, and it's only 10,000 crores market cap, 12,000 crore market cap as of today. So this is a company to definitely look out for in the next 1 year. Wealth management will continue to do well, will continue to go forward. Now, if you say, no, Shashank, I'm not comfortable with this, maybe this is too new for me, then you can even look at Motilal Oswal. That is also completely fine. And also, if you don't like this, you can also look at Anand Rathi Wealth, similar market cap, 13,000 crores. And Anand Rathi Wealth is also being a beautiful, consistent QOQ compounder. A wonderful year-on-year compounder to hey, but also a QOQ compounder. So again, this is something that you can pitch out for a very, very long period of time. This is like a long-term play, and if you see, it is currently consolidating right now, so this is a good accumulation zone, is what I would call it. Now, the next company I'm going to talk about is a very, again, interesting company backed by a very big group. and it is called Bajel. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's come out recently. It is in the EPC space. Okay, let me open it here. So it is sitting at very small 2,368. Please mind you, it is very very risky company. It just went up now by 10%, but it's doing a massive breakout, which is its all-time high breakout. So it is in a very good position right now to start going for a long-term perspective. Bajel project is basically a part of the Bajaj group, right? It got demerged from Bajaj Electricals recently, right? And it is in the EPC business, which is again a growing business in India right now. So if this starts doing well, again, they've just come out, they're not profitable yet, but they've just come out and they've also got an order recently. So this is something you can track. See this, as you can see, they've recently got an order in this space, a very good order actually. So all of this is going on, and the total value of this order itself is 500 crores. So again, a very good company to look out for, very new in the space, but because it has good backing and good holding and is sitting at a nice trigger of an all-time high, this is something that you can keep a track of as well. And finally, I'm going to look at another company which is like a recession-proof company, and it is in the business of babies. Okay, yes, I'm talking about Rainbow Children's Hospitals. You might have seen this. Now look at this. Again, beautiful respect of the upward channel line. What a respect of the upward channel line. It has been doing constantly since it's been launched, going up, up, down, up, down. Now is a very good accumulation zone again. It's given its result out. I'll talk about that. It's sitting at 12,000 crore market cap. Good ROE and ROCE as well. It has 16 hospitals, and now they are now expanding to more hospitals in different cities. I think they're very big in Andhra Pradesh, so they're expanding more right now. And if you look at their revenue, again, by the way, I didn't know one very funny fact, that delivering babies are also a seasonal business. Even though you might think that it is not a seasonal business, but it is a seasonal business where most of the revenue comes somewhere around September and December. So it is a very seasonal business. And why is this such a big seasonal business, September and December? Because most of our shadi also happens somewhere around December to Feb, and usually people who get married between December to Feb, in their 1 year or 2 year anniversary, want to plan to get kids. Usually they do it around their anniversary time. If you do it in Feb, March, April, it comes somewhere around September, October, November, December, right? So that is why it is a very seasonable business. I didn't know, right? But it was again a seasonable business. Very good operating profit margin of 35% in the baby delivery space. They also do some couple of other things as well. We'll go into deeper thought process on that if you want a video. And as you can see from a year-on-year perspective, also it is a wonderful consistent compounder from the last few years, right? With a good dividend payout perspective as well, and a good EPS growth also. If you look at the revenues, reserves versus borrowings are also A-OK. So this company again is very interesting if you want to keep it for a long-term perspective. Good amount of FIIs and DIIs are also holding this company. So this is kind of interesting in the baby space. So these are the 5 companies that look very interesting when it comes to India and the next few months or next few years. Some of them I told you need to keep in your watch list to keep a track of it. It does look very interesting. Some of them are in a good accumulation zone right now, so I'll be taking advantage of all of that. Now just to be very clear, and some people have these notions, to be a very clear disclaimer, no, at this point of making this video or when it gets launched, whenever it gets launched, I do not hold any shares of this company directly. So if some mutual fund is holding it, then that's a different issue, but I do not hold it directly as of now. I will be taking positions later. Okay, so this is just a quick video for you guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I want to ask you something. Now, out of all the 4 or 5 stocks that I mentioned and the previous market stocks, if there is any stock you want me to do deep dive fundamental analysis, let me know in the comment section below, and I will come back and do that video for you. This is me, Shashank, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Click on the like button and subscribe. Bye.